Scrabble Interactive. Now, this is the Scrabble game on PlayStation 2. That's pretty much what it is. Yes, it's published by Ubisoft, and it's developed by Runecraft. It's a mod of Minecraft. Wait, is it a mod of Minecraft? I can't remember. But it sounds like it could be one. Definitely. And apparently it has the official Chambers Dictionary. I look forward to that. Actually, it might actually. Anyway. Now, this is the, like I said, it's the Scrabble game on PlayStation 2. And I plan to get lots of Scrabble video games on PlayStation 2. Like, I have the 2005 edition on PC right now. Yeah. And here's the disc. It's on a CD again. I like playing this game because I like playing this game because I freaking love Scrabble. That's why I love this game. Scrabble's one of my favorite board games ever, next to Monopoly. That's why I tried to get games like Scrabble and Monopoly on various systems. Like I have Monopoly on the Game Boy Color and the PC. Yeah, I'm not even joking at the former. Even though I think the Game Boy Color version was released in America, someone was smart enough to import it. Thanks, whoever did it. Anyway, this game was pretty good. Although, if people think this is a weird concept, I don't know who you are. Or what you are. But, apparently this is 4-player support with the multi-tap. So, yeah. This is good for the whole family. If you like playing with your fams. Garfield! Yes, that's all it is called. Garfield. There's no other stuff. Also, I had to print this cover because when I bought this at the car boot sale, it didn't come with a cover. All it says PS2 Garfield. That was pretty much all it had on the front. I had to print out the cover myself. Yeah, and yeah, basically, it's basically you have to tidy up the house because Odie has messed up the house, and if you don't tidy up the house, John will put Garfield on a diet. So basically, you have to suck up stuff, put them in their appropriate places. Yes, and that's pretty much the game. And to be honest, isn't that fantastic, to be honest? First of all, the graphics are mediocre at best. They're not fantastic, but they're certainly not the worst graphics I've seen. Yeah. It's developed by the Code Monkeys, so that's probably a reason why it's not fantastic. Yeah, and they have, and it also says, all your favorite Garfield characters appear in the game. Now, I thought that was a lie, but I just realized that's actually true. Even though I didn't progress much in this game, I did realize that not only do Garfield, John, and Odie appear in this game, but also Nermal and Arlene. In, the characters. You know those characters, right? I hope so, otherwise if you don't know what Garfield is, you probably don't know how to press play on this. Anyway, yeah. This isn't fantastic. All you do, it's basically clean up the house before someone gets home, the video game. Also, I don't have the manual for this game, but when I read this manual at a friend's house, yes, they did have this game at their house. It was so short, it was so thin, and yeah, literally. Also, this is my second CD-based game I own. So, would I recommend it? If you want, I don't know. I kind of boss you around. But this Garfield game is definitely a whole lot better, or at least in my opinion. Garfield Lasagna World Tour. Yes. It's published by Nico Entertainment and developed by Eco Software. They sound similar. But they aren't the same company. Well, at least it shouldn't be, otherwise that would be strange. Anyway, there's Garfield riding on Odie, holding onto his ears. Anyway, and on the back, we got some cool stuff. It's on a compact disc again. But it was released in 2008, 7, around that time. Actually, I think this game reused the same engine as another Garfield PlayStation 2 game. No, not Garfield. A different one. Garfield Saving Arlene, in fact. Actually, I did buy that game once, except when I bought it at game, it had a huge crack in it, which meant that I couldn't play it. So when I discovered that, I had to send it back so I chose a different game. So I chose Zapper instead. When I bought this game, anyway, yeah, it's Spanish, but look, I'll show you the great typos. Look, it's full of question marks. Look, there's one. I'm not sure you can see them. I certainly can. There, um, there, excuse me, I need to find question marks, because there's, like, and, oh yeah, and there. This is full of typos, I swear to goodness. Yeah. Yeah, and look at the disc, I'll show you. When I bought this game, it was full of scratches that I was full of doubt. Yeah, it's on a CD, but it's released very late. Oh, you can see you can see my toys and stuff. Yeah. Anyway. Yes. Doesn't show the publishers or the developers over there, but they do on the manual, and the manual is, yeah. What do you know? This game is actually pretty cool. It's certainly better than the other Garfield video game. And I did play Garfield Save Me early on the PC, so I do have some experience with this game now. I could have put it on the PC, but the PC version is so rare apparently. But I thought this game was alright, so I give this one a chance if you had a chance. Also, this game was actually released in the US, so you can actually buy it yourself if you're American. Woody Woodpecker, or the full title is Woody Woodpecker Escape from Buzz Buzzard Park. Yeah, this game was released in 2001, making it one of my oldest PS2 games ever. In the context of what year it was released. But seriously, I should point out this game was developed by Ico again. But this one, it's Ico's second title. I say second because their first title was Gift, which I have played. Also, this game seems to run very slowly on my emulator. Really. Unless you disable the speed hacks. If you disable speed hacks, it seems to run faster. But if you enable the speed hacks, it makes it run like at half. It makes it run at like 15 frames per second, which is ironic. And you know what else is ironic? I run this game on my PlayStation 2, and it doesn't want to load. Yeah, I mean literally, it doesn't load at all. I mean, it plays the logos. It just hangs on the loading screen. I mean, literally. I'm not even joking there. So basically, all I could do with this game is play on my emulator, or I could play the PC version, which I have played, and it's actually not too bad, really. Yeah, there's Ico's first logo, which I actually only ever used in 2 games, that and Gift, and there's the disc. I'm not sure if this disc is scratched or something, but one thing's for certain, it doesn't work on my PS2. If you have a better PS2 than mine, try this game out, and make sure it's a PAL one, and, yeah, so, yeah. Codename Kids Next Door, Operation Video Game, published by Global Star Software of Take-Two Interactive. Now, this is licensed by Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers. Oh, good old Warner Brothers. And, it features the 5 characters of Codename Kids Next Door. I can't remember their real names, maybe because I never really heard their real names, but I'll say them. Number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. And I do mean number. I don't say number because I never knew this, but I only just discovered this just after I seen this series. But number is actually spelt with a UH at the end as opposed to an ER, if you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, you'll play as all 5 Kid Next Door operatives. Let's do this thing. It's fear. And developed by High Voltage Software, and it's licensed by and it's distributed by Warner Brothers. Good old Warner Brothers. How you don't distribute games anymore. I mean, seriously. Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network. They should be distributing Cartoon Network video games now. I mean, if D3 publishes a game of Cartoon Network, they don't distribute it, or Little Orbit or Activision or whoever's gonna publish a Cartoon Network game is gonna make a game. They don't license it. Now that's weird. Anyway, what I think of this game, it's actually not too bad. The levels are certainly big though. I mean, goodness. God almighty. I mean, yeah. Huge. I think the graphics were alright, though, too. Yeah. But I think this is a good game. Ed, Edd and Eddy, The Miss Ed Ventures. Now, this one doesn't show Warner Brothers logo anywhere, but it does show Midway, which is technically owned by Warner Brothers, so I guess this kind of counts. I don't freaking know. But I do know something. The back is nearly empty. I mean, goodness. Plain text. Also, this game reminds you of Sonic Heroes, except more slow-paced. And with cel shading. And with only 2 companies at the bottom. I mean, only 2 companies. Look, it's not developed by Midway, by the way. It says Cartoon Network Midway. That's all. It's developed by Artificial Mind and Movement, though, but they don't mention the company over there. So, yeah. Why they don't do that? I have no idea. Then there's the disc itself. Before I bought this game, I actually thought this was only released in the US. But I guess I was proven wrong. Because I was thinking of the GameCube version. Yeah, I thought this was alright, I suppose. And the graphics in this game were actually good. Because actually, Lemur Boy actually ripped the models and put them on Gary's mod. Yeah, look him up on Steam Workshop if you don't believe me. But yeah, this is alright, I suppose. You can also get it on PC if you tend to like PC versions of games more than console versions. Anyway, Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. Now this is published by THQ. But, guess who it's developed by? Hint, a THQ company. Yes, well, it's a THQ company back then. Now it's independent. Heavy Iron Studios! They're one of my favorite they're one of the most underrated developers ever. I mean, literally. Yeah, here we go. I'm not really that interested in the Scooby-Doo, but when it's the Scooby-Doo video games, then that's a major exception. Because Scooby-Doo video games are usually pretty cool. They're usually pretty good. Like this game. And the freaking I remember I used to have Mystery Mayhem on PlayStation 2 as well. That was developed by A2M again. And I also had the Scooby-Doo Who's Watching Who on the DS. I thought it was alright, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, basically, I love this game. I also like the game's engine and the graphics. They were certainly fantastic. And I think this game's engine was reused in Battle for Bikini Bottom. That it should be, because it's developed by the same company, and it's using the same engine. I mean, see, it says renderware platform over there. Where is everyone? Oh yeah, at some place like the tea store. That's a weird place. Anyway, this is a good game. I really suggest you pick it up for whatever. Starsky and Hutch. This is based on the television program from the 70s. Yeah, I can tell because this was released in 2002 as opposed to 2004 when the movie actually came out. Actually, back then I never really heard of the movie. The show even. I did hear the movie because my dad had it in his DVD collection, I believe. Yeah, and yeah. Now this is a good game. It's published by Empire Interactive, but it's developed by Mind's Eye Productions, which is probably the reason why I bought it, or something like that. Uses renderware graphics and Havoc physics, or Havoc engine, renderware engine. What's the engine used? I know renderware was the graphics and Havoc was the physics, but I'm confused. Anyway, this is a game where you can track down criminals and shoot stuff in your little car, and it's not too bad actually. The only problem is it's quite difficult in my opinion. I mean, goodness, I'm not even joking here. It's quite difficult, but it is quite good, and that's why it deserves a try. Teen Titans, yes, it's one of my favorite cartoons. Yeah, it's based on DC Comics. Yeah. Yeah, and I like Teen Titans. Wait, did I already say that? Oh wait, I guess I did. And yeah, there we go. Here's Robin, there's Cyborg, there's Raven, my favorite, Starfire, my least favorite, and Beast Boy. Yeah, and for some reason it says it's published by THQ, but that's a major lie. In fact, it's actually published by Majesco, but it doesn't mention Majesco's name on the box or even on the disc itself, which is pretty stupid and lying. But this game is actually fun because you can play as all 5 of the Teen Titans, and it's a basically action beat 'em up type game where you can do action beat 'em up type things, like beat up people. And there's Robin, there's Beast Boy. And is the new game playing the Titans? No, we are playing the game that's playing the Titans. No, we are playing the game featuring the Titans. That makes more sense. It's developed by Artificial Minor Movement again, uses Havoc engine, and a quick start in Sweden. No finish. That's great. Disc still mentions THQ, but it's not published by THQ, which is a major lie. Seriously, unless it's distributed by them, which is much featured in many Majesco video games. Like I see them in Psychonauts and Jaws Unleashed and freaking Advent Rising and many of Majesco games like that. Yeah, but this is a good game, and apparently it's one of the hidden gems on the GameCube. Speaking of the GameCube, I was originally going to get on the GameCube before I realized it was only released in the US on the GameCube. That's the problem with games being released in the US. It's a good game though. Ghost Rider. Well, we first talked about a DC Comics game, now we move on to a Marvel game. Oh crap, I think I just mentioned them in the same time. Go me! But this is Ghost Rider. Yeah. Ghost Rider. He's an interesting anti-hero. And it's a action beat-em-up type game as well. And I must point out, it wasn't released in the best... I didn't buy this in the best condition. Yeah. This is actually the last game I've actually bought in Spain this year. And it's not in the best condition. I mean, even the disc. Even I thought the disc wasn't going to work. I'm not sure you can see them. Nah, yeah, I don't think you can, because this camera reflects too much. Just like all cameras do. And the manual. It's developed by Climax, though, so that's good. And it's published by 2K. And, yeah, I actually thought it was a good game. Although I haven't played much of it, it's actually quite cool. The way you can play as Ghost Rider and destroy crap and do what Ghost Rider does. I've never actually seen the film, so what I just said probably would not apply. But it's good anyway. Uh-oh. Charlie's Angels. Oh, crap. This is based on the films that are based on the television program from the 70s. And it's published by Ubisoft and developed by Nico Entertainment again. And official game of the movie. Yes, we believe you. So basically, this is the film with the people. Yeah. Basically, the people of the names are Natalie, Dylan. Who'd have thought that was a girl name? And Alex. Again, who'd have thought that was a girl's name? Yeah, published by Ubisoft, Nico. And the movie is actually made by Columbia, but they don't mention it on the box. They do mention it in the game, though. And speaking of the game, people consider it one of the worst games ever. And to be honest, they're probably right. I mean, goodness. I wouldn't. Who would have thought this game was going to be good? Bad. I mean, there's invisible walls everywhere. The jumping, first of all, there's invisible walls everywhere. Level repeats most of the time, and here's a minor. And next thing I'm gonna mention is a minor problem. Circle button, the jump button. Wait a minute. Can you configure the controls in the game? Let me check them. I'll just check quickly. don't think. Oh, yes, you can, but wait. Does it change that you can press X to jump? Otherwise, if that's the case, that's probably going to be crap. But this game is pretty much already crap anyway. Well, I did see JonTron's review on it, and if you haven't already, you should too. It's great. Well, the review is not this game. So stay away from it unless you want to get lots of games like I do. But a game you do want to get is this one, Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, based on the film by DreamWorks and Aardman, even though DreamWorks is not mentioned on the box anywhere, or in the game. I mean, literally. Now, this is a good game. It features Peter Sallis as Wallace. Sallis. Yeah. It's developed by Frontier Development, who also developed Dog's Life and many Kinect games. And published by Konami, the Japanese peoples. There are not other Japanese peoples. Like, here we go. I do like this game. This is a game that I've actually got from my friend that he accidentally bought 2 copies of, and so he gave one of the copies to me because he's so generous. I'm not actually joking. He's actually quite generous. Yeah, and it's actually quite fun, especially if we're playing with 2 peoples. Yeah, and yeah, sucking up rabbits and shooting them down chutes will never get old. And you know what else will never get old? The mini games. They're freaking fun. And collecting stamps and stuff like that. Yeah. This game is good for any Wallace and Gromit fan of the film, or of the series, or of PlayStation 2. And if you live in Japan, you can pick it up too on the PlayStation 2. This exact game. On this exact version. I actually got it for free. How lucky. How lucky. Shaolin Showdown, based on the cartoon from Warner Brothers. Yes. It's probably for Konami again. I remember when I first heard of Shaolin Showdown, I was like, what was this cartoon called about that this character was in? I just figured out this character. Yeah, I don't know. I recognized that character. I recognized Ami, him. Yeah, there was also other characters over there that are in it. I know them. Kimiko, Clay, and Raimundo. Wait, what, did I do it right? Yeah, I did. How right am I? Yeah. So yeah, you can play as those 4. Yeah, they're in this game anyway. You can play as those 4, and you can play as the 2 villains in the game, Chase Young and Jack Spicer. Actually, I think that I can only assume that's in the multiplayer mode, because you can't play in the story mode, of course. That will be strange. And also in a way quite Crash to Insanity like, or Sonic Lost World, or a game or any games that villains team up with you. That would be weird. But also in a way quite original. Yeah. It's an action beat 'em up game. To be honest with you, I think the levels in this game are quite long. Literally. And there's 18 of those levels. Good grief. Yes. It's developed by Bottle Rocket Games. And this is actually their second and last game they've ever developed. The other game being Rise of... Oh crap, I can't remember what it is. But it's developed by Sony, published by Sony Computer Entertainment America, and it's composed by Game Audio. That's all I remember from the game. Oh wait, I think it's Rise of Kazai or something. I can't remember. But this game is pretty cool. And apparently this is also the last video game released for the Xbox in Europe. So that's also cool. SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons, Globs of Doom. Another game I got from my friend. Yes, this features SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, Invader Zim, and Tack. And I should point out my friend's name is William, who also gave me the Curse of the Were-Rabbit video game, and he also played Ralph's Green Mountain with me in my Let's Be Competing Some Games video. And here you go. Apparently this is the game that William actually discovered what Invader Zim was. Yeah, he never discovered it Yeah, and I think the series was released during 2001. Yeah. So basically, there's these globs come down from space, and they make people evil. Yeah, and stuff. And for the first time ever, apparently, play as the hero and the villain. Now, I don't think this is the first time ever. I think this is more than the first. I think this is the something. I don't know. One thing is for certain, this was released 2008 and developed by Incinerator Studios, and the game is very short. I mean, seriously, beating the first world, which is Bikini Bottom, takes up 20% of the game. I'm not even joking. Yeah, I think the tutorial level actually took up 8% of the game. I'm not even making that up. Seriously, that's how short this game is. And my friend actually beat the game 100% just on the day he actually got it. I think the graphics look good though. That detail on Zim, that's spot on. Yeah. Although this game's actually quite, yeah. I would suggest to pick it up if you really want to get Nickelodeon games. I should get games like Nicktoons Unite and Battle for Volcano Island. That I should get that too. And you know what I should also get? I should also get Attack of the Toybots. I've heard that Jenny was in that game. Jenny X9, by the way, from My Life as a Teenage Robot. You know, the cartoon that doesn't air on Nickelodeon UK, Europe, place. Yeah. Pick it up. Mr. Bean. Yes. Contrary to what this Rowan Atkinson live action Rowan Atkinson's there, it's actually based on the animated series. You know, the one that's actually good. Yeah. I did like both series, by the way. It's published by Blast, who I've heard before in the Dandy magazine. I'm not joking. I've heard it in the Dandy magazine in a competition thing, I think. And there's lots of screenshots. Probably looking terrible. It's on a CD, but this is actually the first game I've actually discovered that CDs can be not blue. They can be other colors. That's only if they came out after 2006. And this came out 2007, so it's a CD from 2007, and yeah. About the platformer parts. This game is a platformer similar to Crash Bandicoot and Banjo-Kazooie, I believe. Released It reminds you of Banjo-Kazooie because you can actually pick up. Isn't the manual out? I mean, look, the page is a bit thick, like Hercules is. Look at these jiggies from Banjo frickin' Kazooie. Hippity Ray. Yeah. How weird. And I wouldn't know how to describe this game. Budget. This is the first big game I bought in Spain in 2014. Bought the bargain bin with Pipe Mania. Yeah. Home Alone. Or, as it's translated over there, Only in the House. Nah, I'm gonna go with the former title, Home Alone. That's better. Anyway. I bought this in Spain. Now, John Tron featured this game in his Home Alone video games collection video. Home Alone games reviews. And it isn't that good, to be honest with you. It's just that the graphics are weird, and you know, the art direction is also quite weird too, and it features characters that weren't even in the film. Now I know Kevin is in the Home Alone series, well, except in Home Alone 3 and Holiday Heist, but no one gave a mirror about those games. And games, I mean movies. Why I say games? Home Alone. But it features characters like if we can get them out. Features characters like Kelly, like from Handy Manny, Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and Carly Shay. Now I'm only making them up. The characters that are pointless. Kelly, Carl, and Carly. They're not even in the freaking Home Alone films. I mean, goodness. This game isn't that good, to be honest. If you really want it, just buy it for the sake of it. Like I did. Jetix Puzzle Buzzle. Now, I should point out something. This is based on the Jetix channel that used to be around. But it's not around anymore because it's replaced by Disney XD. And that's why no one knows what it is anymore. Oh, and I should point out, do these screenshots look familiar? No? Well, have you heard of Eggomania? You know, Chemco and HotGen's Eggomania, or Eggmania, if you live in a different place. Well, this is basically what this game is, with a Jetix theme. In fact, if you look in the copyrights, actually, if you don't look in the copyrights because it won't focus, it says HotGen Limited, who are the developers of Eggomania, except HotGen didn't develop it. Broadsword Limited developed it. So I can only assume either HotGen was bought by them, or HotGen gave Broadsword the source code so that they can change it around. You know, if they made a Jetix game, they really should put, like, characters that were used in the Jetix series. That would be cool. Yeah. So, yeah. I really suggest you, buy the original Eggomania because, Jetix themes aren't usually the best. If you prefer better games. Yeah, why did I just say that? I don't know.